Hi, welcome to my video on multiplying cubic radicals. The rule for multiplying cubic radicals is they both have to be cubic cubes, and you multiply a times a, so you multiply the terms on the inside and keep the root. It's like when you multiply the square root of x times the square root of y. It's the square root of x times y. Same thing with cubes. Examples, simplify each if possible. We have the square root of the cube root of 2 times the cube root of 5. So that's the cube root of 2 times 5, which is 10. And there's only 1, 2, and 1, 5, so you can't simplify that. But the cube root of 4 times the cube root of 6, if you multiply, you'll get a 24. But that means you got to break it down. So if you go 24, the perfect cube in 24 is 8 times 3. So the cube root of 8 is 2, and you get the cube root of 3. So this one is easy, but another way, if you think about it this way also. Instead of multiplying the 4 and the 6, you can break the 4 down to 2 times 2, and break the 6 down into 2 times 6, putting them inside. And there's 3 2's here, so that's an 8, so that's a 2 cube root 6. So you have 6 is 2 times 3, and I put down a 6. Again, saying and thinking, writing down. I'm writing it down, but make those little errors. So 6 is definitely 2 times 3, so there's again, little errors, sorry about that. And this is a prime example here. If you multiply this out, then you're going to get a bigger number. So sometimes it's easy when you multiply to make 18 is 9 times 2, so that's 3 times 3 times 2, and the 6 is 2 times 3. So now that you've breaking it down, instead of getting a large number, like 106 8 to 48, 108, is better to break it down before. And cube root, you need 3 of them. So that's 3 times 3 times 3. So that's right there. So that's a 27. So the cube root of 27 is a 3. And there's only 2 of them, so that's a 4. So if you want to expand it and make it 108 like that, then you got to break the 108 down. So it's just as well to break the 18 down and the 6 down, and then deal with this rather than deal with the big number, because you're going to have to break it down anyway. So break it down before you multiply. And the same here. We have a multiplication. We got a negative times a negative is a positive. 2 times 3 is 6. So that's okay. The cube root of 10 times the cube root of 25. Let's see. 10 is 2 times 5. 25 is 5 times 5. And the cube root, that's 3 5, so we take one of them. And the cube root of 2. 2 is left. So that's 30 cube root 2. You could have, if you wanted, made that a 6 cube root. 10 times 25 is 250. Then you break the 250 down. But it's quicker to do it this way, but that's your choice. If you did it this way, would you recognize that there's a 125 times 2 there? Or would you have to break this number down like this and then pick it out? But if you recognize the perfect cube, then you still get there. But this is faster. You can expand, make the number bigger and then break it down, but it's quicker to break each number down like I'm doing. And we have to multiply this one in cube roots. Now they got to be the same roots. Remember, you can't multiply a square root by a cube root. Note, you can't do the cube root of 2 times the square root of 5. They have to be both the same roots to multiply. You can only multiply square roots with square roots, cube roots with cube roots, fifth roots with fifth roots, etc. Unless we go further in math. But right now you need the same root. So let's multiply first. The cube root. 2, and when we multiply we add the exponents. When we multiply we add the exponents. Now, the cube root of x cubed, 3 into 3 goes once. And 11 divided by 3 is 3. And that gives us 2 left over. 3 into 3 goes once and none left over. 11 divided by 3 is 3 with 2 left over. Practice. Pause the video and work these out on your own. Let's see. 24. Again, they're both cube roots, so 24 is 2 times 12, which is 2 times 6, which is 2 times 3, times the 3 that's there. And the cube root, there's 3 2's, that's an 8. The cube root of 8 is 2. 3 times 3 is 9. There's only 2 of them, so we just leave it as a 9. And a 1/3 times 12, we got cube roots, perfect. So 1/3 times 3 into 12 goes 4, that's a 4. Cube root of 9 times the cube root of 3 is the cube root of 27. Again, 9 is 3 times 3 with this 3. So that makes it 27. And the cube root of 27 is a 3. Gives me a 12. So if you want to put 3 times 3 times 3 in here and get the cube root of 3 of them is just a 3. Or make it a 27, which is a perfect cube. It works out. And again, we have cube root. Now, do we break it right down? At 10 is 2 times 5. 25 is 5 times 5. Cube root. Cube root, we need 3. So there's 3 5s. There's a 5. Cube root 2. As it happened, I just noticed that this one and this one are the same, except there's numbers in front. And let's multiply these so we can, I'm going to multiply the fractions first, just write them together, and put the roots like this. 3 cancels out, 2 into 4 goes 2, so that's a 2. Now 16. 16 is 2 times 8, which is 2 times 4, which is 2 times 2. 20 is 2 times 10. 10 is 2 times 5. Okay, and we got a cube root. We can multiply these because they're both cube roots, so there's a 2. And cube root, for every 3 of them, there's an 8 there, so that's a 2 coming out. There's 3 more 2's right here, so there's another 2 coming out. And the 5 is left. So that simplifies to 8 cube root 5. So breaking it down like I'm doing here makes it a little bit easier. I mean, you could do cube root of 320. But if you do the cube root of 320, you got to take the 320 and break it down. So it's easier to break these numbers down like this first, and then pick out cube roots. You need 3 numbers. Square roots, you only need 2 numbers. Okay, let's continue. A couple more to do. Simplify each. Let's multiply these. So this is the cube root. A to the 4th times a squared is a6. Remember, when you multiply, you add. 1 plus 5 is a 6. Multiplying, you add your exponents. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Perfect. None left inside. Simplifies perfect. Number 6, we got to multiply these. So let's multiply what's on the outside first. So y squared times y. We add the exponents of 2 plus 1. That's a 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. Cube root. Deal with the d's. D4 times D5 is D9. We add. E. We deal with the e's. 7 plus 4 is 11. Because we're multiplying, we add exponents. And we have F16. No more to go with it. So that's a y cubed. So let's simplify the inside of this. The cube root of D9, 9 divided by 3 is 3, none left over. And we have cube root. 11 divided by 3 is 3, and 2 left over. 16 divided by 3 is 5, and 1 left over. So that becomes, whatever order you want to put the letters in to make the difference, y cubed, D3, E3, F5, cube root of E squared F. So, hopefully, you know what you're doing. It makes sense. Simplifying when we multiply cubic radicals. Cube root, we need perfect cubes, or we need powers of 3 to work it out evenly. If you like my video, click the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. And that's the content that I'm going to have on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Bye-bye.